You're probably wondering why I'm wearing this uniform. Well, I'm a veteran.
Oh, this is Paul, or Paolo Pilateri. He served on the USS Intrepid during his last tour of duty.
Hey, I mean, pretty good for me still to be fitting into this after all these years, right? I mean, it's like every Veterans Day or so, I take it out of the closet and I take it as a challenge, a test, and try to get it on, and so that way I can prove to myself I'm really not that old yet. You know, for most of my friends and family, I'm the only veteran they know. I mean, it's not that I started out to be a veteran. I mean, it couldn't have been further from the truth. You see, it all started one day when I was a senior in high school. And I was working in the men's furnishing department of a local store. And I would be eyeing Barbara Papsdorf across the aisle in women's accessory in her miniskirt. I mean, that girl had legs. And it was later that night, I came home after work and my mother was already in bed, and I went into her room and to see how she was doing. And I said, "Hey Ma, how are you?" And she was looking out the window, and I said, "Hey Ma, what are you looking at?" And she didn't answer. And I kind of reached across the bed, and I tried to sort of give her a little, a little buss on the cheek, a little kiss. And when my lips touched her skin, she was as cold as ice. After the funeral, the high school guidance counselor called me into his office and he said, "Well, son, you're about to graduate. Go out into the big bad world. What would you like to be?" And I looked him in the eye and I said, "Happy." Most of my friends all started to go off to college, most of them not knowing what they were doing, either just figuring out how to drink beer, smoke weed, chase girls or boys or both, and I just felt lost. The truth of the matter is, I felt like I didn't belong anywhere, and I just wanted to get as far away from everything as I could. So that's when I started noticing those signs that said, "Uncle Sam wants you," and "Join the Navy and see the world." And even though I was living in the epicenter of it all in New York, there was something about that seemed to speak to me. So I went down to the local office and I took some tests, and the Navy said to me, "Well, son, we could send you to a school where you could earn a top secret clearance, but then you'd have to go overseas on probably some classified missions, and there's a war going on, so it could be dangerous." And I thought, clandestine missions overseas, dangerous war going on, top secret clearance, and I thought, well, it's just like James Bond. I mean, he always gets the girls and he always dodges the bullets, right? So where do I sign? And that's how I slowly began to become a veteran.